Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetstories.com and today we are going to do the quick unboxing and full review of the first smartphone from Acer which is coming to India very soon. It is getting launched on 8th of December, that is approximately 2 days from now. And again we are going to do the unboxing. As of now, we have used this device for a week now. I'm going to do the unboxing and a full review of this phone. I'm going to tell you all my feedback for this phone. What do I feel, how's the overall connectivity like, how's the display like, how's the overall loudspeaker, how's the overall multimedia experience, and how you can get a pretty good gaming experience on this phone. So here we have the package, and this is the retail package which you will see here in India, which will come, and again it will be sold through Snapdeal. So Acer and Snapdeal has an exclusive deal in this case, so it will be sold exclusively on Snapdeal. It has a MediaTek 6582 chipset inside, which makes it a pretty good affordable Android phone. So it should be priced very right as well. We are not sure about the exact price of this phone, but should be less than 15,000 rupees obviously. So this is how the package look like, and if we take a look at the package, at the back side we have the model number of the device mentioned, which is Liquid E700 or E39, which is the model number, and this device has 16 GB of internal memory and 2 GB of RAM, which is good. And then we have 3 SIM card connectivity on this phone, which is kind of unique because we haven't seen any other phone these days recently coming from different manufacturers coming with the 3 SIM card slot. So it has 3 SIM card slot, which is good, and you have a micro SD memory card slot as well to expand the storage. So this is how the package look like. The package is very simple, and then nothing exceptional is there as far as design is concerned. But if we open the package, we should be able to see what we have inside, and this is the phone inside. And I have already unboxed the phone, that is why the phone does not have any kind of plastic protection, and this is how it looks. The phone actually looks very good in terms of design, and I would say for the price point less than 15,000 rupees, if it comes to India, it is a very good phone with the kind of hardware and the kind of software combination you get on this phone. Both of them do talk to each other, and it is a pretty good phone as per my experience after using this device for approximately a week. So we will take a look over the device later on. Let's take a look what we have inside the package. So further going inside the package, we should be able to see other things, and let me just open them. So we have a kind of thick user guide in different languages for this phone, and then we have the warranty statement over here of no use, and then we have this third-party software and free software license information. You have this user guide, which is again safety information guide, sorry, not the user guide. And then apart from these things, we have in-ear headphone which come within the package. Again, the quality of these in-ear headphones is not that great. You have a model over there which has a mic and it has a button to pick the call. These are the kind of in-ear headphones you will get within the package, and this is how the audio lead look like. I have used these headphones, and one thing I can say is that the quality of sound which you get from these headphones is pretty decent. Again, the bass levels are not very high, but they look good and not too great in terms of the build quality. That is something I would like to highlight. Apart from this, if we take a look over the other thing, we have this micro USB to USB cable which can be used for data syncing and charging. As you can see over there, I'm not going to open this. And here we have the charger, and the charger which comes bundled inside, it is a 2 ampere charger. So this is the fast charger which you are getting within the package of this phone, which is a good thing, and it can charge the 3500 milliampere hour battery which is there inside this phone pretty effectively and in a fast time interval. So you can expect the phone to charge in approximately 2 to 2.5 hours, which is the case. So let's take a look over the device now. We have already taken a look over we have already seen the package contents now. So let's keep all these things aside for a while, and we will take a look over the Acer Liquid E700, which is going to be the first flagship phone from Acer once it gets launched on 8th of December. As you can see, the back side of the device, the rear has a matte finished rubberized back cover which feels good, and you have a very good grip when you hold this phone in hand because of this back cover which is kind of rubberized and matte finish in nature. We have the Acer Rapid key over there which can be used to launch some application, and you can actually launch 2 applications with this button with different things which we will tell you. We have this camera over there at the back side, which is a pretty good camera, and it is an 8 megapixel camera, can shoot pretty good photos in low light as well. We have LED flash for low light photos, or you can use it as a torch. You have a secondary microphone for noise cancellation, which is also good, and you do have DTS sound, that is, you have this good surround sound experience kind of a thing on this device coming out from the loudspeaker, although the loudspeaker is only one at the bottom on the front, which is again a very good design. So as you can see, at the front we have this loudspeaker, and over here we have the earpiece, and inside this part only we have a microphone as well, which is the primary microphone. Again, the design of the device as far as loudspeaker is concerned is very good. Loudspeaker is placed at the right position, so it will not get blocked in any way, and the sound output from this loudspeaker is also pretty decent. It is not too loud, but so here we have the Acer Liquid E700. This phone looks good in terms of the overall build quality and the material which has been used. The back cover is again plastic in nature, and it has a rubberized matte finish to it, which makes this phone pretty easy to hold in one hand, and you have a very good grip because of this matte finish rubberized back cover. We have an 8 megapixel camera at the back. We have this Acer rapid key, which can be used to launch certain application quickly, and you have this LED flash over here for low light photos, as well as you can use it as a torch. You do have secondary microphone for noise cancellation and video chat on this phone. On the top you have 3.5mm audio jack. Here we have the power and sleep key, which is kind of placed at the top, which is something which is sometimes difficult to reach because the device is kind of big to hold in one hand. The display size is also kind of big. It has a display of 5-inch, so for a 5-inch phone the power and sleep key is normally placed on the edges, but on this one you will see it on the top. But again, you don't need to press this button to actually wake up the phone. In case you would like to wake up the phone, you can press the Acer rapid key and the phone will wake up. So let me just do it again. So this is how you can wake up the phone, so you don't need to press this key. But in case you want to make the phone go into the sleep mode, you need to access this key over here, then only it will go into the sleep mode. Again, you have some sort of software functionality with which you can actually get rid of this thing as well. In case you want to make the phone go to the sleep mode, you can do it from the software side by just tapping on a specific icon. Taking a look over the design on the front, we have the camera over there, and the front camera on this device is again a 2 megapixel camera, fixed focus, and you do have LED flash as well for the front camera. So this is one such unique device which has an LED flash for the front camera as well. We have LED flash for the rear camera, and we also have LED flash for the front camera. So this LED flash can actually help you take better selfies, especially whenever you are taking selfies of your own in dark room or in dark environments. In that case, this flash can actually help, and we will show you how does it actually help. On the right hand side on the top, we have the volume rocker, which does give you decent amount of feedback whenever you press it. You have the micro USB port for data syncing and charging. At the bottom you have a little indent to remove the back cover, and the primary microphone is located over here in case you haven't noticed it. So let me just remove the back cover to show you the phone from the back side. So once we remove the back cover, it can easily come out, and it is again made up of thin quality of plastic. It is not bad, but it is thin plastic definitely. We have the battery, which is sealed inside. It has a 3500 milliampere hour battery, which is a pretty big battery for this much of display size, and you can get around 1.5 to 2 days of battery backup from this phone with basic to moderate usage. You have the SIM card slot 1, SIM card slot 2, and the SIM card slot 3, and these are the 3 SIM card slots which will accept a 3G SIM card as well. So it is a triple SIM phone, which is something which might be useful for many people out there So as you have already seen that this is a triple SIM phone, and it is very useful for some people out there who actually use more than 2 SIM card connections for calling for some purpose. So they can actually get used to only one phone. If they want to use all these 3 SIM cards together, they can use all the 3 SIM cards on this phone, which is definitely an advantage. We also have the micro SD memory card slot to expand the storage of this phone. Again, you can also install applications from the micro SD memory card, and you can move applications from the phone memory to the SD card. In terms of the overall form factor and the build quality, the phone is good enough in terms of the material which has been used. The overall form factor of this phone is not bad. I would say this is a pretty light phone to hold in one hand. It is only 155 gram, which is again almost same weight which we have seen for other 5-inch phone. In terms of the thickness, you can see that the phone is also not very thin. It is around 9.9 millimeter, but again the rounded curved edges on the back side does give you a very good grip, and the matte finish rubberized feel also give you a very nice feel when you hold this phone in one hand. It won't slip out of your hand easily. Taking a look over the display which we have on this phone is an IPS LCD display, and it has 720p resolution, that is 720 into 1280, which is the resolution on this phone, and it is a pretty good resolution for this 5-inch display phone. Text does not feel pixelated, and there is no pixelation on this device unless you read a document which has large amount of text. For normal day-to-day usage, you won't see any kind of pixelation on this phone, even if you take a closer look on the screen. This is how the lock screen look like. As you can see on the lock screen, you have a lot of things which you can control, and you can actually launch certain other application. This is how the lock screen look like. As you can see on the lock screen, you have a lot of information including date, time and weather you can actually configure. You also have these custom shortcuts for these applications which you can also configure, and in case you would like to launch these applications, you can launch them by just dragging their icon, or you can simply unlock the phone by swiping anywhere, and this is how it can get unlocked. Apart from this, if we take a look over the home screen, this is how the home screen look like. And again, when we talk about increasing number of home screen, you can have like maximum 9 home screen on this device. You can increase them like this, and these many home screen you can have on this phone, which is good. Let's take a look over the notification center. This is how the notification center look like. As you can see, you have all the toggles over here for the Wi-Fi, airplane mode. You have the toggle for the data as well, mobile data. You can go to settings directly, or you can open more toggles by just tapping over here. You can open more toggles. You have toggle for the GPS. You also have a floating color toggle which allows you to launch the phone dialer in a floating mode. You have automatic brightness also supported, wireless display is also supported on this phone. We have auto rotate toggle, data usage, Wi-Fi and flashlight which you can turn on and turn off directly from here. So this is how you can launch the flashlight, and you can use it as a torch. Let's go into the settings and find out the version of Android and other details as far as internal configuration of this phone is concerned. So taking a look over about phone, we can see that the version of Android which this device is running is Android 4.4.2 KitKat, which is good. You also have the option of updating the software version on this device over the air, so you will get over the air updates on this phone. Apart from this, if we take a look over the storage, on the storage front, we have 16 GB of internal storage on this phone, which is the case, and we have inserted an SD card into this phone. As you can see, the default write disk can be changed to SD card, so you can install application on the SD card. And as far as 16 GB internal storage is concerned, you will get approximately 12.46 GB available to the user. Because we have installed certain application, that is why the current storage is slightly less, but the available amount of storage out of 16 GB you will get on this phone is going to be approximately 12.46 GB. And apart from that, you have SD card slot as well, so you can expand the storage. You can move application from the phone memory to SD card, and you can also install application directly on the SD card by changing the default write disk. We also have location services on this phone, so you can use location services to use GPS navigation, and GPS navigation works perfectly fine on this phone as we have used and tested it. Talking about RAM, we have 2 GB of RAM on this phone, which is a very good RAM configuration for a phone like this. And the status of the RAM, as you can see, with not too many applications running in the background, I would say the current status of the RAM is pretty good. It is around 1.4 GB. You will get approximately 1.5 GB of free RAM on this phone on the first boot. And again, this much amount of free RAM allows you to install a lot of heavy games and heavy application, and you can use them without any issues. The overall UI on this phone is again not stock Android. It is a kind of a custom UI, but I did not see this UI lagging at all after using it for approximately a week. The overall UI is smooth enough. The animations are smoother. Once again, if you actually install heavy application and heavy games, and if you play them in the background, then you will see slight amount of lag on this phone. It is not like that you will not see lag on this phone, but only if you do heavy processing on the phone, which includes heavy gaming or high definition video playback. Another good thing which we have on this phone is that we have DTS Studio Sound, which is again allowing the user to do a lot more as far as sound functionality is concerned on the phone. So in this DTS Sound option, you can actually enable it and control the treble and the bass levels of the sound which comes out from the loudspeaker on this phone. And you do have music equalizer, so you can actually select from all these presets, and you have equalizer for the video as well, so you can adjust the quality of sound you will get from the loudspeaker on this phone with all these different modes, as well as you can control over the treble and bass levels of the loudspeaker. On the display front, we have support for automatic brightness, as I already told you, and when it comes to wallpaper, you can set different kind of live wallpapers, static wallpapers, and you can also set video wallpapers on this phone. As far as pre-installed application and data is concerned, you get a lot of applications which are coming pre-installed, but they are not wasting too much of storage on this phone, which is good, because out of 16 GB you get approximately 12.56 GB, which is good enough. But you do have some useful applications which are coming pre-installed, which includes Acer Snap Note. You have Acer Cloud application as well, which will allow you to use some cloud storage online, and that will come for free once you buy this phone. You also have barcode scanner, you have calculator, calendar, which are regular application. You also have digital clock and weather application. You do have a file manager as well, which is coming pre-installed. You have flashlight application, so that you can actually control flashlight and use it as per your preference. You have FM radio, which is coming pre-installed, and then you have Google application, which are coming pre-installed on this phone. Some of the extra features which you will get with this phone is going to be powered by this button which is there at the back side. This one is called Acer Rapid, and this button allow you to do two things. First of all, you can actually wake up the phone. Second is you can actually launch certain application by doing a short press of this button, and once you do a long press, you can launch the camera. So let me just showcase all those things. First of all, you can wake up the phone by just pressing this button for once, and if the phone is already in the wake up state, you can launch certain application by pressing this button again. This is how you can launch Google Music Player, and in case you want to launch camera quickly, you just need to tap and hold. Basically, you have to press and hold this key and the camera will get launched on this. Now here we have the camera application, as you can see, and the camera application does allow you to do tap to focus and autofocus as well, which is good. You can also change the exposure area for the photo, which is good. So you can change the exposure over here, which is very nice. Again, in case you would like to take photos in low light, this is going to be very useful. Let's take a photo as of now, and for that I need to first of all revert to the normal settings. So I will launch the camera again. So the camera has been launched again, and this is how the interface look like. Let me just take the photo of this Android robo. Again, we have some amount of artificial light falling on the subject, so let me just disable these artificial light before I take the second photo. And now we will see how is the low light performance on this phone once we take this photo again without the artificial light, which was already there before. So we have taken both of these photos, and let me just show you both of them one by one. So here we have the camera interface, and let me just first of all show you these photos before I go ahead and tell you some other camera options which we have on this one. So this is the one which has been taken without the artificial light. I would say this photo has came out to be pretty good in terms of clarity, and in terms of color production as well, it is looking nice. When it comes to the other one which has been taken with artificial light, this one looks more natural. However, this one looks slightly oversaturated in terms of colors, and brightness is also kind of high. And over here, this one looks much more natural. This looks better in terms of colors, and details are also captured nicely, more precisely on this photo which has been taken with artificial light or with light. I could say in daylight you can take much better photos from this phone, and in low light as well you can get better photos. As far as front camera is concerned, let me just take a photo from the front camera as well. So this is how the front camera look like. It is a 2 megapixel fixed focus front camera. Let me just take a photo of mine, and it does have face detection as well, which is good. So it has taken my photo, and I can show you this one. So this is how the front camera look like. The front camera is pretty good in terms of capturing, you can say, clear photos. Details are not that good, but again, for selfie shots this looks like a decent device. The kind of details you can expect from the camera is not going to be great. As you can see, there is slight amount of haziness, but for low light shots or even for selfies, you can take much better selfies. And again, in case the light is not enough, you can use the flash as well. So let me just turn off the light again, and we will just take a flash. We will just take a front camera selfie from this phone, and in this time we will use the flash. So I will basically enable the flash in this case. So the flash for the front camera has been enabled, and let me just take a photo. Right now it is the kind of a dark scenario, and again, for normal photo I'm not going to be very clear. Let me just take this photo now. So this is the one which has been taken without the flashlight. If I take the same photo with the flashlight, let me see how does it look like. So both of these photos are here, and this is the one which has been taken without the flashlight. This one is pretty decent, I would say, not bad, but the one which has been taken with flashlight is looking definitely better than this one. As you can see, I can see myself clear in this one as compared to this one, in which the light was not there and the photo did not came out to be pretty good as compared to this one. Let me just take the photo again to show you the difference. So if I basically take a selfie like this in this case, and if I am here, for example, let me just take the photo. So I've just taken the selfie in the selfie way, because normally selfies are taken when you hold the camera vertically or when you hold the device vertically. So this is how the selfie will come out to be good, especially with the flash it has on the front. Again, this flash can be kind of annoying, but you can take better photos because of this flash which is there on the front on this phone, which is definitely a unique thing as compared to any other device out there in the market. We have seen other devices as well which came with LED flash on the front, but this device is doing a pretty good job with the front flashlight, and it does have an LED flashlight at the back as well, so it does not compromise the camera quality for the rear or for the front. Let's take a look over the phone dialer. As you can see, the phone dialer is kind of simple and you can easily dial a number, and the keys are kind of big enough. When it comes to video call option, you do not have that, so you cannot make a cellular video call from this phone. Now here we have the messaging application, and the messaging application is kind of stock Android in terms of interface, but the keyboard is not stock Android. As you can see, we have a swipe keyboard on this device which will be much better, especially in terms of typing. The keyboard keys are kind of big enough. You do get a pop-up as well whichever key you are pressing, and you also get the suggestions at the top whenever you do swipe to type, which is good, and you will also get the suggestions in normal typing as well. So swipe to type is again supported because of the swipe keyboard which we have on this phone. Typing experience is also fluid enough. The keyboard keys are pretty big to type, so you can type with thick fingers as well as with thin fingers, and you can always type in the landscape mode as well in case. So we have just connected a flash drive, the OTG flash drive, and it has detected the same. OTG flash drive is supported on this phone, so you can browse the contents of the flash drive and you will see the flash drive being detected over here under storage options. As you can see, external USB storage drive has been detected, and you can access the contents of the flash drive with the file manager, which is also coming pre-installed on this phone. So you can browse through the contents, you can play any movie, or you can edit any file which you have on the flash drive. So right now we are playing a YouTube video from our channel. As you can see, this video is a high definition video, and let me just check at what resolution it is getting played. So this is getting played at 720p, which is good, and 720p is the resolution of this phone. As far as viewing angles are concerned, viewing angles are pretty good on this device. You can see the display from almost any angle, but there is slight amount of color fading which will happen, especially when you take a look over this screen from this angle or from this angle, but from right and left it is looking nice. As far as the loudspeaker is concerned, loudspeaker is pretty loud, but not the loudest which we have heard. There is only single loudspeaker which is there on the front of this phone, which is loud enough, and the design of the loudspeaker is such that it does not get blocked or muffled when you place it on a table, because it is on the front side, which is a good thing. And again, the sound which comes out from the loudspeaker is also pretty loud, but not the loudest. This is a casual game, and this is called Temple Run OZ. This game is running quite smoothly without any issues on this device till now. As you can see, the screen is responsive. The display is also good enough when you take a look at it from different angles. When you tilt the screen like this, I can see the display without any issues. However, there is slight amount of color fading which is happening, but the display is visible. Touchscreen is responsive, all the gaming controls are accessible, and there is no problem as far as graphics are concerned as well. Graphics are working pretty well. There is no lag which I can notice. The game is running smoothly on this device, and the gravity sensor is also working well. So now we are going to play Asphalt 8, and we are playing this game in high graphic mode, as you can see. And again, the overall game playback is pretty good till now. There is no issue. All the gaming controls are accessible and I can play this game quite smoothly on this device. Till now there is no issue. Viewing angles are also good when I play this game, and when I tilt the screen I can see what is happening on the display, which is good. Loudspeaker is also fairly loud, but it is not the loudest which we have heard, I would say. The loudspeaker is loud enough, I would say, but not very loud. And I can play this game without much of an issue. As you can see, the only feedback which I would like to give for this device is going to be on the loudspeaker. The loudspeaker is definitely not very loud, which could have been louder and it could have given a better gaming experience. But still it is okay. Graphic wise there is no lag. Even when I am running this game in high graphic mode, I can play this game quite smoothly without any kind of issues. As you can see, so you can play this game without any issues on this phone. On multi-touch, this device supports around 5-point multi-touch, as you can see. Here we have the hardware configuration for the phone, and the model number is E39. We have ARM V7 processor clocked at 1.3 GHz. It is an quad-core CPU, and we have MediaTek 6582 chipset, as you can see. As far as display resolution goes, it has 720x1280 display resolution, and we have Mali 400 MP GPU. And when it comes to sensors, we have accelerometer sensor, proximity, light orientation, and magnetic field sensor as well on this phone. On Ninamark, we have got a score of 54.6 FPS, which is a pretty decent score, and this device can handle both the casual and high graphic intensive game quite effectively. We have installed these two games which we are going to play now to show you the overall performance of this device when it comes to gaming. On Antutu benchmark, we have got a score of 17855, which is a pretty decent score for a device like this with this much of hardware. I would say in day-to-day usage and performance, this device is responsive enough, and I did not face any major issues on this device. I did notice slight amount of UI lag, and again that UI lag was when I was switching in between home screen and when I was opening a different application, but that was happening when I was running high definition games in the background. So if you put this phone for heavy processing, when you play high definition games or when you play high definition videos or do anything graphic intensive, then only it will show you slight amount of lag. So that's all from us as far as the quick unboxing and full review of the Acer Liquid E700. Do let us know if you have any specific question for this device. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.